A couple accused of abusing one of their children is found guilty a second time in a case that took many disturbing turns. The charges were changed before that decision came down this afternoon for Brian and Shannon Gore. They were facing homicide charges in the death of their 7-month-old son. The judge dismissed those charges, citing insufficient evidence, but within hours, the Gores faced the possibility of a decade in prison after they were convicted of child abuse. 10 Your Side's Andy Fox has been covering the couple for years now. He's in Gloucester County.
That decade is in addition to the 30 years the Gores are now serving for abusing their daughter, who was found in a crib made into a cage. When the horrifying case became public in 2011, then Commonwealth's attorney Bob Hicks dropped the murder charge against Shannon and Brian Gore due to lack of evidence in how 7-month-old Connor died. The medical examiner could not determine cause of death. And today, Judge William Hamblin struck down the homicide charge. Commonwealth's attorney Holly Smith. Your thoughts on the homicide charge being dismissed?
I'm not answering any questions, Mr. Fox. Thank you.
Smith told the court, "We may not know how Connor died, but we know how he lived. He lived with Shannon and Brian Gore, who gave him no medical treatment. They were indifferent. When Brian found Connor not breathing, he tried CPR, but Connor was dead. Instead of calling 911, Brian Gore went to work and called Shannon." The Gores' witness, forensic anthropologist Dr. Ann Ross, says from the bones examined, you cannot tell beyond a reasonable doubt that starvation led to death.
Whether that was the cause of death, you cannot tell because the remains were so degraded and skeletonized. If you would have had a fresh body, they probably would have been able to give you a cause of death.
We don't know what parts of the evidence affected Judge Hamblin the most, but he found the Gores guilty of child abuse as charged without any type of comment. Holly Smith said, "You don't just try the easy cases, you try the cases that need to be tried."
This was a case that was complicated based on a lot of scientific evidence, and we're grateful for the court's time and thoughtful consideration. But at the end of the day, this case is not about me. It's about Connor Scott Gore, the baby under the shed, and he got his day in court.
The Gores are back in this courthouse in July for sentencing. In Gloucester County, Andy Fox, 10 on your side.